For 47 years, the second floor of Graceland has been the most guarded square footage in America. We know about the bathroom, we know about the black velvet bedspread, we know about the final tragic silence of August 16th, 1977. But sources close to the Presley estate have just leaked information that shatters the timeline we thought we knew. Following the heartbreaking loss of Lisa Marie and the subsequent legal war for the keys to the kingdom, Riley Keough has done what no one, not even Priscilla, dared to do. She opened the wall behind the closet. What she found wasn't just memorabilia. It wasn't just a lost tape. It was a secret room, sealed off from the blueprints, containing 3 specific items that the FBI is now allegedly analyzing. A hidden USB drive that shouldn't exist, a folder marked the collapse plan, and something so disturbing, so personal, it suggests that the king didn't just die, he was being watched. Tonight we enter the forbidden door. We follow the money trail of a $3.8 million fraud, and we expose the phantom woman who may have been walking the halls of Graceland while the family slept. Riley Keough has finally unlocked the truth, and she might wish she hadn't. To understand the horror of what was found in that wall, we have to go back to the beginning. 1957, a 22-year-old Elvis Presley drops $102,500, about $1.1 million in today's money, to buy a farmhouse on a hill. He didn't just want a house, he wanted a fortress. Elvis was paranoid, and rightfully so. By the mid-70s, the Memphis Mafia surrounded him, but the circle of trust was shrinking. He installed keypads. He installed one-way mirrors. He kept a handgun in his boot and a shotgun by the nightstand. The upstairs was his sanctuary. No one went up there without an invitation. Not the maids, not the band. But as the years turned into a haze of prescription abuse, Dilaudid, Quaaludes, codeine, the sanctuary became a prison. We've been told the story 1,000 times. Elvis retreats to the bathroom with a book on the Shroud of Turin, and his heart stops. The clock stops. The world stops. Lisa Marie, just 9 years old, became the sole heir to a legacy that was bleeding money. By 1979, the estate was reportedly worth less than the cost to maintain it. It took the ruthless business acumen of Priscilla to turn Graceland into a tourist machine, now worth upwards of $500 million. But here is the twist. While the tourists walked the downstairs hallways, gawking at the gold records, the upstairs remained frozen in time. The bed was made. The styrofoam cups were left on the shelf. It was a shrine, or so we thought. When Lisa Marie passed away tragically in 2023, the keys were passed to Riley Keough. But almost immediately a shadow emerged, a fraudulent claim. A company called Phesily Investments appeared out of thin air, claiming they had a deed, claiming Elvis's home was collateral for a $3.8 million loan. Riley fought them. She proved it was a scam. She saved Graceland from the auction block. But in doing so, she realized something terrified her. How did they know so much? How did these scammers have specific details about the estate's internal architecture? Riley ordered a full sweep. She brought in her own team. They checked the floors. They checked the vents. And then, behind a heavy cedar rack in the back of the closet, a space that had supposedly not been moved since 1977, they found a loose panel. It wasn't just a loose board, it was a hidden latch. Sources tell us the air inside the secret room was stale, smelling of old paper and something sweet, like decayed flowers. It was a crawl space, perhaps intended for wiring or plumbing, but it had been modified, widened. Inside this airless void, Riley found 3 things that paint a picture of a decades-long intrusion. Item number 1, 7 porcelain dolls. But they weren't just tossed in a box. They were arranged in a perfect circle, facing inward. In the center of the circle was a single burnt candle. This is where the story takes a turn into the macabre. These dolls allegedly resemble the collection Lisa Marie had as a child, toys that went missing in the late 70s. Why were they here? Who arranged them? It implies a psychological game, a ritual, or perhaps a squatter who had been living in the walls, toying with the family's possessions while they slept just feet away. Item number 2, a folder labeled in handwriting that forensics are currently analyzing, the collapse plan. this wasn't written by Elvis. The dates inside range from 1982 to 2022. According to insiders, this folder contains blueprints of the estate, security shift changes, and a list of assets with estimated black market values. It lists the jewelry, the cars, the jets. The collapse plan wasn't a historical document. It was a manual for dismantling the Presley empire from the inside. It detailed how to forge signatures that looked terrifyingly similar to the ones found on the fraudulent Nosany Investments loan documents. This suggests the scammers didn't just guess, they had a playbook. But the third item is the smoking gun. The item that proves the forbidden door was opened recently. Lying in the dust next to the 1970s dolls was a USB drive. USB technology wasn't invented until the 90s. This specific model, released in 2018. This proves, without a shadow of a doubt, that someone has been in this sealed room within the last 5 years. Someone walked past the security guards. Someone bypassed the cameras. Someone entered the Holy of Holies, the upstairs of Graceland, and hid this drive. When Riley plugged it in, the contents were encrypted, but sources claim the file names were visible. One folder was simply titled The Phantom. Another was titled Voice Match. Is it possible that the Phantom Woman, the shadowy figure behind the Nosany Investments scam who tried to steal Graceland from Riley, had physical access to the home? Was she hiding in the walls, collecting data, recording conversations, waiting for the moment Lisa Marie passed away to strike? The media painted the foreclosure attempt as a clerical error or a distant cybercrime. They claimed a woman named Lisa Janine Finley, the alleged mastermind arrested by the FBI, was working remotely. But the discovery of the secret room suggests a much more physical, visceral threat. This wasn't just about a $3.8 million fictitious loan. This was an invasion of privacy on a level that makes the skin crawl. Imagine being Riley. You've just lost your mother. You are fighting your grandmother, Priscilla, in court over the trust, a battle involving a $1 million settlement and $400,000 in legal fees. You are the sole protector of a legacy. And then you realize the enemy was literally inside the house. The collapse plan folder allegedly outlined a strategy to weaponize the family's trauma. It contained notes on Lisa Marie's rehab stints. It contained financial records of the estate's liquidity. It was blackmail material, hidden in a place only a ghost could find. And this brings us to the uncomfortable question, the elephant in the room. How did the Phantom get in? Graceland has 24-hour security. It has motion sensors. Did the Phantom have help? The trusted witness theory suggests that someone on the inside, a maid, a guard, or perhaps a disgruntled family member cut out of the will, provided the access. The USB drive didn't walk itself upstairs. The dolls didn't arrange themselves. The FBI's involvement changed the game. When the Department of Justice announced charges against the scammer, they cited fabricated documents, but they remained silent about the physical evidence found at the scene. Why? Are they protecting the reputation of the security team, or is there a second accomplice still at large? Let's go darker. Some theorists believe the secret room wasn't just a hiding spot for the scammers. They believe it dates back to the king himself. Elvis was known to hide cash. He didn't trust banks. He didn't trust managers. We know he gave away Cadillacs and jewelry, but where was the liquid cash? If the collapse plan folder was found there, maybe it was placed on top of what was already there. Did the scammers find Elvis's doomsday stash and loot it, replacing the gold with their sinister dolls and hard drives? If that's true, then Riley Keough hasn't just uncovered a fraud. She's uncovered a robbery that spans 50 years, a slow siphon of the king's wealth happening right under the noses of the tourists. And the placement of the dolls, facing inward, facing the direction of the bathroom. It's a message. We are watching. It turns the tragedy of August 16th into something even more sinister. It suggests that even in death, Elvis has no privacy. Riley Keough has reportedly sealed the room. The USB drive is with the feds. The dolls have been removed, perhaps burned. She has paid off the settlements, settled the lawsuits with Priscilla, and secured the deed. But the psychological scar remains. The knowledge that the sanctuary, the one place on earth where Elvis Presley could be himself, was breached. The phantom woman may be facing jail time, but the question remains, who let her in? And what else is hidden in the walls of Graceland? As we celebrate the king, remember this: a palace is only as strong as its gates, and at Graceland, the enemy was already inside. I want to hear from you. Do you think this was a lone wolf scammer who got lucky? Or do you believe, like many insiders, that someone within the Presley circle handed over the keys to the kingdom? And what do you make of the dolls? A prank or a curse? Leave your theory in the comments. And if you think the mystery ends here, you haven't seen what they found in the autopsy report. But that is a story for another time.